Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mike's, okay? Make sure if you don't subscribe to Mike, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Well, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him. Make sure you do. Still best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're liking the video and subscribing if you are new. We're nearly on 1.1k already, so appreciate the support, because we was only on 1k like 3 weeks ago, nearly 4 weeks ago now. So really appreciate the support. Yeah, I'm here to just ramble on about West Ham again. Shock. Because I can't lie, I generally think we can get relegated next season. And that's why I've titled the video like this. Yes, I was struggling for a video today, but I did feel like this video was needed to be made. The reason why I say this is because, for example, when you look at the league table, just in general, like Manchester United and Tottenham aren't going to be as bad as they were this season. Maybe Man United will be terrible, but they're not going to get relegated. They'll find a way to not get relegated. I can't believe I just said that sentence in general, but they've already signed a player. Like, their ownership is still better than ours. Tottenham, I've got Thomas Frank. They'll be in the top half minimum next season, so they won't be down there. Wolves, yes, have lost Aït-Nouri and Cunha, but they've still got Munetsi, João Gomez, Andre, players that will bail them out in certain situations. They have a better midfield than us, just with Andre and who did I just say? João Gomez alone. So to be fair, they're still better than any midfield we've put out. So they could win more midfield battles than us, which is why I think we'll get relegated, because I don't think we're going to sell any of these pricks, to be completely honest with you, that play in midfield. But also, the lineups that I've been seeing from this manager, as much as I've backed him just because I've said I didn't have any expectation from January onwards, regardless if he doesn't get back this season or not, he knows what job he's walked into. I've maintained that. He knows what job he's walked into. So he has to get the best out of what he has next season, regardless if he's backed or not. It's not really an excuse. As much as the managers that come in here, like a Lopetegui, like a Moyes, a Pellegrini, whoever, as much as I've had my problems with all these managers in the past, as much as I'm probably going to have a problem with Potter next season due to the fact that some of the team selections I've been seeing at the back end of the season that just happened, if that carries on next season, I'm going to have the same problem that I've had with every other manager, as much as they're not the main problems. The ownership isn't going anywhere, unfortunately, because the amount of petitions we signed, we've thrown coins at the pricks. Like, these men aren't leaving. They're not leaving. And I'm sick of talking about West Ham, to be honest with you. I'm sick of talking about West Ham. I'm tired of it. It gets draining putting on a StreamYard and just talking about West Ham all the time. But this is unfortunately what I've walked myself into. I thought it'd be a good idea in 2021 to start a YouTube channel. And to be fair, it's worked out for me so far. But it's not really worked out on the pitch. I guess it kind of did the first 2 years of me doing this, but the last 2 years have been shocking. And to be honest, like, that season when we won the trophy was shocking to go through, but at least we won a trophy at the end. You'd like to go through, you wouldn't mind going through all that shit just to win a trophy at the end, but when you don't win a trophy, it's kind of long, man. It's kind of long. These past 2 seasons have been draining. I remember last season, I was genuinely booking extra days of work to avoid watching West Ham, because I was still like half dedicated and half serious about the channel, and I wasn't really growing, wasn't really collaborating with anyone. Now I'm like growing to the extent and uploading to the extent that I do. I don't really miss out on West Ham games. I've missed out on 3 West Ham games last season. Like 1 at home, 2 away, and 2 of them at the end of the season, so it kind of didn't matter. Funny enough, 2 of those games we won, so maybe I'm the problem. But the reason why I also think West Ham could get relegated as well, get back on track, is also, like, when I'm seeing like a Bournemouth, for example, that they know how to replace players quickly. They've been proactive. They've got Truffet in before Kirkes. They've lost Hoyson and they're going to lose Zabani to PSG. I've been saying Zabani as the guy, but anyway, they'll find replacements. They'll find 2 centre backs that are decent because of the way they recruit. Truffet has got there before Kirkes has left, Kirkes will leave to go to Liverpool, but Traffe's from Rennes or some shit. He's good at Football Manager. I don't know about real life, but I've heard good things. So they seem to recruit well. And they'll continue to recruit well. At least they're a stable club. Do I want to finish 11th? I don't want to finish 11th, but I don't want to finish 18th either. I'm not going to give West Ham credit next season if we finish anything below than 7th next season. I'm sorry. I'm not. That's the type of person I am. I'm not going to give West Ham credit regardless because I've kept the same energy with the previous managers in charge. So I will continue to keep the same energy in general. I want to see European football. I'm not trying to see anything else. I'm not here to wait 2-3 years. All the club and all the players talk about is European football. But are they aware of the owners that they play under? Are they aware of the owners that they play under? Like, I'm not too sure. Like, Mohamed Kudus was talking about European football but wants to leave. Like, you'll hear Tadibo wants to stay probably because of London. Like, Wan-Bissaka's probably happy here because of London. He gets to be close to with his family. Bowen's happy here because of sentimental reasons. None of these things are footballing reasons on why they're happy at the club. Like, I look at Wolves, I look at Bournemouth. I think also people are going to look at what about Brentford? The reason why I don't think Brentford will get relegated is because they're the type of club that, because they recruit so well, they recruit the next manager well, and I feel like they'll be somewhat more stable than, you know, how clubs like us work, where we just hire the manager that's out of work all the time. And even if their next manager does shit, I think they'll be proactive in sacking that manager as well. So Brentford are a better run club than us, even though they don't really spend that much either. But when they do spend, it's on someone decent at least. But then people are going to be like, well, the past 2 seasons, the promoted teams have got relegated. And as much as I do believe that Daniel Farke is a terrible manager in the Premier League, as much as I believe Scott Parker is a terrible manager in the Premier League, and then these two are good championship managers, even though Daniel Farke should have got promoted last season. I think Sunderland are fucked, to be honest with you. As much as I like them getting promoted, I think their squad is just too young, to be honest. I think Burnley will go down. Not because of the sexy football thing. They don't even play sexy football like that. They play decent football, but they've also got a tight defense. And with Leeds, I think Leeds will just about survive, which puts us there. The reason why I think Leeds will just about survive is they have more of a unity in their team, but they have more of a direction in their team. And I think it would be terribly embarrassing whether it's Graham Potter at the end of the season or Graham Potter or someone else at the end of the season. Let's say Graham Potter hypothetically gets sacked, which he probably will at some point. Let's say that happens, for example. Regardless of which manager it is, it'll be embarrassing to finish below these promoted teams, to be honest. But I can see it happening because I don't think the camp is all well there. Unless we inject just the club with bare youth players and just see how they play out, then I can't see this club surviving. This club is moving slow when it comes to transfers. People are going to be like, well, it's only the 16th of June. I don't care. I don't care if it's only 16th of June. I complain every year when there isn't transfers. I would at least be a little bit more patient if we had a director of football in charge, but we don't. We have David Sullivan in charge. So you could talk about, oh no, Crystal Palace, they're completely fine. They just won the FA Cup and they're going into Europa League. And Glasgow will learn from the mistakes he did last year how bad they started last year. They'll be fine. Brighton will be fine. I don't rate them that highly as a team, but saying that, they just finished in the top half. Bournemouth will be fine, as I just mentioned. I don't even know who else. Everton will be fine. Well, Everton might not be fine, but like Everton never get relegated. Like no matter what manager, they didn't even get relegated with Lampard. They're not going to get relegated with Moyes. I didn't even want Moyes at West Ham anymore. But they didn't even get relegated with Lampard. And listen, losing Decore is a blow, but you move on. I think it will be a struggle going into the new stadium. I think they'll be around the same places, but they'll survive. They'll survive because at least like they have some form of unity with the spine of their team. They won't lose Branthwaite. They're not going to spend that much money, even though their ownership probably want to. But it's not like they can. I think it'll be very difficult for them to settle into their new stadium, but they'll still be better than us because we're 9 years deep into our stadium and we're still not really happy. You know why? Because of the ownership. Of course. And like, I don't care about a new kit. I don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care in general. I want players sold. I want players to join West Ham. And as simple as that. You know what's so mad is that there's still players that will be delusional enough to join West Ham. Maybe not over the other teams that are vaguely interested in them, that are competing with us, etc. But there'll be players that are stupid enough to want to join West Ham still. That's the funny part. Just because it's a London team in the Premier League. And that's the truth of it. There's so many teams that could be like, they're fine, they won't get relegated. The only team I can really see being in a battle is Wolves. And if that, Wolves maybe Brentford and us that are competing with the promoted clubs. We need to get to 40 points quickly. Even though I want European football next season, we're not going to get that shit. We're not going to get that. And the thing is, people are going to believe that it's just me being negative and stuff. But listen, I never think we're going to get relegated usually when we're in a relegation battle. I didn't think we're going to get relegated last year. Well, in the year that just passed. And the year we won the Conference League, I didn't think we were going to get relegated, even when we lost to Tottenham and we were in the bottom three. I didn't think we were going to get relegated. But now I do. Now I do. The squad ain't going to be lowered in age. We've got players that are just left on the free that we haven't replaced. So the squad's like one senior goalkeeper, well, two senior goalkeepers, and counting fucking Wes Fotheringham. One right back, two left backs, and one of them is going to leave. So technically, one left back in Ollie Skulls, who's a youth player. One striker right now because it looks like Antonio's probably going to leave. So Fulcrook's our only striker. And even with Antonio, he's going to be recovering from a crash. So like that's not exactly someone you can rely upon. Jared Bowen is our only right winger, unless you want to play Guilherme there. Somerville is coming back in August. Lucas Paquetá has a court hearing. Mohamed Kudus wants to leave. Ward-Prowse and Alvarez are shit. Souček's alright. Souček pops up in a moment, not in the 90 minutes, and to be honest, if you're relying on a relegation battle, he's one of the few that you can look upon. I like Tadibo. Kilman's here and there. Mavropanos is a donkey. Aged's coming back and he wants to leave, which is fine by me. But no one's leaving and no one's joining. How long do I have to wait before we have to complain? I think we're so fucked, man. And it's not. And can I be honest here? There's a big debate about like, if West Ham go to the Championship, should fans stick and all that? Can I be honest? I think fans have stuck with West Ham enough. Like, I know we like to do this whole fans through thick and thin, and we are fans through thick and thin. But West Ham fans, especially the older fans, that go to the games, or the people that wake up in the middle of the night to watch West Ham, that live abroad and stuff, that support the club. This is mad. Like they've been through enough, like by just sticking through the club no matter what. I'm not going to go if we're in the Championship next season. I'll have to just set up watch-alongs because I'm not watching the Championship in a fucking London stadium. If it was at Upton Park, I would stay. Simple as that. The only reason why anyone should be going to the London Stadium is if West Ham United are successful, because that's why we moved home. If it was Upton Park, nobody would give a shit. Like, we'd be worried. We wouldn't be this worried. Could you imagine playing Championship football in that shithole? It's not about being like a true fan or not. It's not about that. I'm being so real. It's not about that right now. Because West Ham going to the Championship in the London Stadium is more than just, well, you're not a true fan if you don't like renew your season ticket. It's not about that. Because West Ham we were getting a lot in for the Bowling Green at Upton Park, because it's Upton Park. It's our home. Look where we are now, and look where we could be. Sensational shit. I'm literally gonna have to live through like hating on other teams again next season, because I don't know what joy I'm gonna get out of West Ham, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna get joy out of West Ham again. I'll be so real. These lot watched us lift the trophy and decided to not capitalize on it and decided to not move forward as a club. Just let the club be in turmoil for a year to then hire a worse replacement than the manager we had. Give him all that money in the summer, and look where we are now. Look where we are now. I forgot Guido Rodriguez was a person, you know. You know, when I'm going through the squad in my head, I forget Guido Rodriguez is a person. I just thought of him now, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about him. Like, there's a random thought, but I just thought of Guido Rodriguez, and I forgot he played for West Ham. Anyway, listen, people, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me in the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Take care.